All right, these are Salt Lake City girls, season Jesus, is six. I don't forgot the episode. The higher the hair, the higher the guy. All right, so we got a surprise potluck at Whitney's house for Brittany. Okay, all the ladies was feeling bad that Meredith went off on her on the plane, so they wanted to do something nice for her. And this included teasing their hair up a little bit to give them a high body count hair, surprise her when she shows up. Luckily, she got it when she seen it, so she loves it. Finally, it's all about me because remember, she's the queen of the tap, tap, tap. I have an announcement, and then it'd be nothing that nobody cares about. Finally, tap, tap, tap. I have an announcement, and it's me. You guys love me. You really love me. They even had a Build-A-Bear dude there so that, because remember, Brown had threw the unicorn into the ocean, so she kind of felt like, like I might have started a little bit more of the mess, even though, you contributed to the mess for sure. So they do all the recordings, Build-A-Bear situation. It was funny because Mary gave her uh, a bear, and it had nothing in it. Come to find out, in the confessional, she talking about, listen, the whole time we was on the boat, I had a problem with that girl. But because she was going through whatever she was going through with Meredith, I just let them have it and I, moved on. But girl, I ain't forgot. So we end up talking about Meredith and Lisa here because they're not here. This is just the ones who actually kind of care about Brittany a little bit, minus Mary. But Whitney's just saying how, I'm just so over Meredith and Lisa. Like Meredith just went too far. I'm done with it. Bronwyn was saying how she did talk to Meredith, and the way Meredith explained it was like, girl, nothing happened. I might have said a few things, yes, but they're blowing it out of proportion, so it's nothing. Don't even think about it. Move on. Look, so just be glad you wasn't there. You missed it. You didn't miss anything. Heather's like, well, I talked to Lisa, and she, like, obviously delusional as usual. And she just can't understand how, like, literally, we just want both of them to just acknowledge that they both be wrong. And that's how we fix things and move on. But if they can't do that, then what is we going to do with them? So, in the midst of conversation, Whitney points out that Bronwyn was not wearing her wedding ring. I'm not sure. I guess the other ladies must have missed the whole Twitter blog situation. It must have not have been um, it must have not blew up that much because I didn't even see anything like that. Usually, it would have fell somewhere in one of my timelines, right? But um, Bronwyn goes on ahead because basically Whitney opened up the door for Bronwyn to go ahead and open up to the ladies about her possible that Todd obviously got caught looking at some stuff he wasn't supposed to, so possible cheating going on. Wasn't too sure or whatever, but I kicked them out for a few days. But you know we're getting to that point in our relationship to where if he wants to do certain things, then that will be fine, just as long as we talk about it first. In this instance, I mean, I didn't know what he was doing, right? So, but had we talked about it, we would have been all right. Okay, so all the ladies is kind of looking like, okay, I see that smile on Angie's face show did perk up real nice. But of course, Whitney is feeling her because, her and Justin be doing what they doing. It is what it is. Mary and Robert Jr., okay? He looked like he was doing all right. He looked a little clean there with his little outfit on, trying to match his mama, and they a little red. Red must be her favorite color, is my guessing. But the church is, about 60 years old. She had to close it down for about 2 years to do some renovations. Um, they all done now. So hey, listen, it's time to open up back up the church, get these people up in here, spread the word, And maybe, this will be something good for Robert. The Lord is always good. And if you ever been to any type of AA meetings or 12-step programs, there's like one of them numbers. I'm guessing probably closer to the end, like 9, 10, 11, is a higher power section. Okay. So he was explaining how, I got to that section. So I might get back up in here, it's all baby steps. Okay. Baby steps, because you just don't know, his friends might have relapsed, and it's just one day at a time for Robert Jr. Let's pray for him. All right, Lisa and John, I almost I almost got a little water in the eye on this one, because watching people marriages break down is kind of sad, right? Not to say that theirs is breaking down, but you can see their communication is definitely not on point. They're not on the same page, and they might not even be in the same book. Okay, the way Lisa be operating is, it's all about her, me attitude she kind of got. Where does that leave John? Because basically he trying to tell her, like, girl, I don't think you be hearing me. You be saying that I don't hear you. I hear you plenty good, because I can't even get 2 words in. Every time I try to say something, here you go, boop, boop, boop. Here you go, cutting me off. Like you doing it now, because it was kind of going back and forth, back and forth. He was trying to get his words in, but she was trying to explain. It was an incident that happened where she was reprimanding Henry, I think. Okay. John came back behind her with whatever he had to say, and she felt like, you undermined my parenting. Like, how you gonna tell me how not to say something, or to say something this way? And it's like, that's my son. I can tell him when I want to. I just need you to basically back me up on whatever I'm trying to say, but don't tell me what to say. Or, like, that's kind of what she was thinking. And he's like, no, I wasn't trying to do that. I was just trying to tell you that you can give whatever advice you're trying to give him in a different way. How about you approaching this way, but you taking it in a whole another level. So between this conversation and the back and forth, like I said, it did get pretty sad, because she was holding it in. You could tell when Lisa be trying to hold it. Normally it would just break down and just bust out, but she held it pretty good in this scene with him. I don't know. He was standing firm in his words, which is always good. Like I said, John, I'm waiting on you to drop them balls on them. And they're going to have to work on it if they want this to really work. Like, they've been married a long time, and maybe all this business stuff has just gotten in the way of the actual marriage. You know what I'm saying? So they got some things to work on. Like I said, this is the only time I'm going to feel for Lisa, because, girl, this is the only time that we see her actually being in feelings, so maybe that's why we could feel for her in this moment, versus when she be going off on the ladies, because, girl, she don't check down, she don't really be getting, Brittany and this Jared, the other Osmond. Listen, this Jared dude, he ain't no good, Brittany. I don't know why you be going back to him. Is it good? I'm gonna say, look, is it good? Because that could be the only reason. But then again, maybe not. You just like him. He might treat you this certain way or whatever. I don't know. But for some reason, they not connecting either, as to where at least she thought she was with them. They took their little 30-minute or 30-day break, like they said. She's trying to get sympathy from her plane ride from hell. And he talking about while you was on the boat, Justin was telling me how you was flirting with all the crew. And this and this and that. And I thought we was supposed to be working on us. And she like, well, we was on a break for one, so why would you even care? For two, how you gonna flip this conversation to go on talk about me when I'm trying to get you to give me a little comfort, support, and what I've been going through. I just told you I'm a little down, and this what you're gonna do. So he trying to go into this whole spiel of, well, I don't know what we are, because basically it's the question. What are we? Are we gonna be exclusive? Are we gonna be boyfriend, girlfriend? What are we moving towards? Like, is this going towards marriage? Like, what's going on? Because basically for Brittany, this is just a big circle of nothing. And Jared go had a nerve to say, because see, well, I don't know what they be going through, but I just looking at him because I be like, this nigga, he ain't. I'm black, okay, guys. I know, nigga, white, black, whatever. It's this language. I ain't trying to be mean or nothing, just like you say, bitch and all that stuff. It's just language, okay? But this nigga go tell her that she is unstable. And that's why he can't commit to her. Because every 5 minutes she want to run and hide and doop-de-doo. She don't know what she want to do. And she kind of like, because like I said, I don't know what they be going through. But I'm looking at him explaining this, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like, yeah. She was like, no, you is not about to spin this on me like this, because it's you the one that want to do all this other stuff and trying to keep dragging me back in, but you want to be with all these other ladies and do all this stuff. I'm only running, which she kind of just, like in this instance, now she's getting frustrated. She's walking away. So, yeah. Look what you're doing, Brittany. Come back. This is not what we're trying to do. Oh, goodness, girl. Da, 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 da. And so she's asked him again. Okay, then, Jared, what are we? What are we doing here? And here he go. Well, I don't know. I just need you to just be stable for 5 minutes, and then we gonna see what. And she like, oh, you know what? I'm over it, and just walks away. And I'm like, dude, Jared don't want you like that. I don't see it. Do y'all see it? I see Jared as opportunist in this moment. I think he just likes them cameras. And that's why he keep playing with you, girl. Especially when y'all know y'all got these kids and kids don't even want y'all to be together and stuff. That means ixnay on the relationship. Hey, bye. Goodbye, Jared. You ain't even the right husband, girl. She ain't even, that's what I'm saying. Go back to find Captain Jack. So Bronwyn has Todd to come home after a few days of him staying at a hotel. They both got to blow off, some steam and think about what they did, or let him think about what he did. And now we can talk about it. So, obviously he knows that he done effed up. And, there's just been a breakdown in their communication in their marriage going on lately. With Bronwyn, she's just trying to explain how, listen, you doing things like this, it's making her feel a little insecure, right? She doesn't know if she's good enough for this man, if he's going to be doing things like this behind her back, right? Which brings us into, the conversation of, if you wanted to do certain things, then I will be willing to adjust to what you want to do. I love you that much, and I'm willing to do those things for you. And Todd's like, yeah, okay, I understand. We have been together a long time. So, right, things we can talk, right? Say say, we normally talk about things. Unfortunately, in this incident, communication was a little bit lost. I think we can get back on track with this. Then Bronwyn says, oh, well, I did bring it up to Whitney that, about our sex life and, kind of certain things we want to do or, and here we go. Because like I said, he just agrees to all this stuff, girl. And then you go say, oh, I was just telling all my friends about you. And okay, Bronwyn, what we do in the house, what we do in the bedroom, my sex life. I don't want you to be going out there telling all your friends, especially the ones that's going to talk to you behind your back. Okay? Not to say that Whitney was going to do it, because you only told her first, but Whitney brought it up to the whole group. Now you got Heather looking at, now you got, Angie looking, you never know when anybody can use this to weaponize against you, right? Let's say Lisa or Meredith was sitting at that table. You know for sure that they was going to use it against you. So I think that's where he was mostly referencing it, mostly from a Lisa standpoint. Like, bitch, why you gonna even give her more ammo to come at me? But in Bronwyn's defense, obviously, girls, we have to talk, right? Keeping things in is not gonna be good. So somewhere around the line, we're gonna have to compromise on that. And all you gotta do, Bronwyn, is don't tell him that you told your friends. Duh. Like, why would you even do that? That's why I be telling people, why would you even say things? If you keep it quiet, won't nobody know. And in that way, nobody's upset. He would never know. He would never care. Y'all would do all y'all little swinging in peace. Because let's just call it what they in Utah is swinging. In that Mormon world, the doors of the church is open. Yes, Lord. Okay, I don't know why I just did that, but listen. We go to the church. I can't even remember the name of the church. Is y'all gonna watch that Peacock show? Remember, oh goodness, was it 2 seasons ago? Look, I said two. Was it 2 seasons ago or three? Because I did one of these reviews and I said they coming for Mary. I said somebody's coming for Mary and I don't know why. Because they was trying to bring up these rumors and nastiness about her church and it's a cult and all this stuff. Because Lisa did some digging. Whitney did some digging, some piggybacking. And I feel like, because that was one season, like maybe like season 2 or so, because Mary was only here for 1, 2, 3. Was here 1 for 2, 3? She skipped 4 and 5 and 6, something like that. But whatever one, the one where she came back, and they was at the tea party, or was it a tea party? It was somebody's party, and they brought it up again with the church and all this stuff. And I'm like, well, why they keep doing this to Mary? I said, somebody coming after Mary. They got this Peacock special talking about Mary got a cult. I'm gonna watch, or not? I said Peacock. Lifetime. Yep, I'm watching. Y'all gonna watch it? I ain't gonna review or nothing like that, but I'm gonna watch. But anyway, the doors of the church is open. She done said, Robert, they done woke up this morning, trying to get dressed and stuff. This food done got high. So she said, nah, you ain't gonna be embarrassing me like this. You'll stay your ass home and think about what you did. Okay? The ladies arrive. Whitney's a little bit surprised that she got an invite because, she was co-signing on the rumors and the nastiness about the cultiness of the church and how Mary, they worship her and all this. Angie showing up. Look, Angie know all the black people. Okay, girl. Look, we say they do black people hair in her salon, or you just know them through Mary, hanging out. I don't know, but either way, the ladies were definitely surprised to see Lisa and Meredith because they was like, hey, is they showing up? Is they coming? Because we don't know, we ain't know, because ain't nobody really talked to them. They did show up, so of course they're surprised. Whitney did mention this thing about hoes being in church because, they get the sweating, or the sinners, you get the smoking, woo. And let's see if it's real, right? So we getting in the spirit. We getting our praise on, we get down to the sermon and things like that. She doing it. The ladies is feeling it, catching the ghost. You know, people in there. You know how we do up in the church. See, well, I'm Baptist. I'm not Pentecostal. I don't know what's the differences in the two, but you know, for the most part, for black perspective, you know, we do the music, we do the drums, we got it, we got the band in there. And I don't know about y'all churches, but the beat of the bass of the drum they for some reason have the microphone right there, so it's all like boom 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 when they be hitting that boom. Listen, you got to go to a black church to understand what I'm talking about, especially if they got the speaker right there at the damn drummer man, because he be boom 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 boom. And that was pretty much the end of the episode. Let me stop because I was say I'm going to rant on about the black church, which I ain't been to in a minute. Okay, when was the last time I'm in the church? Yeah, probably like Easter or something like that. Anywho, um, all the ladies got a little message. I will say that was nice. We did end on a little funny note because Lisa was hot as hell. Listen, that's why we got fans, because sometimes we don't be having the air conditioner. You know, that's not really part of the building fund. So we got fans. So everybody get one. It should be one right in front of you in the pew next to the Bible. Okay, that's how we do it out here. And we might have a little fan and some ceiling fans going on. But the rest of it, and of course, yeah, she's so hot because, all right, whole sweating in church. She's sinner. She a sinner. Lisa giving Vita to the Satan church. The Satan church. Satan church. Girl, don't be doing that mess. But this was the episode. Thank you for watching. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Bye.